Ay. Otra vez. Come here. Let me tell you something. I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, those precious memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. I remember Tampa, and she remembers me. Yeah. She remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Native Show. Stay tuned now for the fastest 60 minutes in cable broadcast history. Live from the studios at TBCN, the home of the Tampa Native Show. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez, the 15-minute girl, and Steve Canella, as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue. Get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez, the 15-minute girl, and Steve Canella.
She remembers me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Tampa Native Show. You know, if it's Thursday night and it's 7 o'clock Tampa time, it's got to be the Tampa Native Show. My name is Mario Nunez. Welcome. I'm seated alongside my broadcast partner,
Steve Canella,
a.k.a.
Tampa Steve.
And to my left,
Sally Nunez,
also known as
the 15-minute girl.
We'd like to welcome those new viewers that are joining us tonight for the first time around the country, around the globe, watching us on Ustream at tbcn.org. Once again, this is the Tampa Native Show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe, and we're happy that you're out there joining us. Tonight, we offer a fond farewell and a remembrance to our dear friend Mike White, who has left us entirely too soon. We're going to encourage those of you that knew Mike, especially that would like to offer also a story, to share that with us when we go to our phones in just a little bit. As we do here at the Tampa Native Show, at the outset, we take care of a little bit of housekeeping, if you will. Shop talk, housekeeping. We offer thanks to our sponsors, and we talk a little bit about what happened last week and what might happen next week. Stevie, first of all, let me say thank you to Mr. Johnny Sinchet.
That's right.
Johnny graciously agreed to postpone his show. He was supposed to be with us this week, but due to unfortunate circumstances, we elected to preempt him, and he said, hey, we understand completely. So he'll be with us next week. Be on the lookout for that. Johnny will be here talking about his new book. Also, here's a little spoiler alert. We were on the phone just today, and for those of you that have been clamoring, and I think that's probably the correct word.
I would say
yes.
so.
For a show on professional wrestling. And for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, you know that we had in the second season of the Tampa Native Show, Mike Graham, son of the legendary Eddie Graham, with us. That evening in particular, we had a little bit of a snafu. We lost the signal, Bright House signal. Right. So unfortunately, about 75% of our audience was unable to watch that show. However, Mike has graciously agreed to come back. We're going to petition the studio, fingers crossed everybody, to get 90 minutes with Mike. So when he comes back, Mike Graham will be with us in 2 weeks to end this first new season at Tampa Bay Community Network. So be on the lookout for that. Great way to end it.
90 minutes too.
Yeah.
Steve is going to offer a little bit of information. He's been working with the USF library staff. Steve, tell everybody what they can look forward to in the next couple of months.
Well, definitely. I was at a grocery store 2 weeks ago, and I ran into an old friend of mine from Tampa Catholic High School, Todd Chavez. He's has a degree in library sciences at USF Library, and he's the director of the library as well. But it's mainly the special collections on the second floor. So I got an email from him today, and we're going to meet with him, and I think his name is Mark Greenberg, his associate, who actually runs the special collections. And this is very interesting. There's apparently videos that have never been seen before, many photos no one's ever seen. We're going to kind of meet with them and see if we can get some of those pictures on the Tampa Native Show,
Wow,
and the videos
exciting.
as well. So how about that? I mean,
They
really
have agreed.
amazing.
They have agreed to open the vault,
Yeah.
and if anybody out there needs to know the persuasive powers of one Tampa Steve, that is proof positive that
job,
he can get the
Steve.
job done for us. So
Good thing I went to that grocery store. That
good
day.
thing you go to that grocery store all the time. It's that circle that you do. But
Great-
listen,
great
if
karma.
that comes to pass, and we think that it might. There's going to be so much in store for us in the coming seasons,
I
because
can't
anytime that we've get our hands on photographs or videos, film, if you will, that has not been seen before,
Right,
that's
right.
pretty good stuff. Stevie, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. Let's say thank you to our sponsors
that.
up front. We'll talk a little bit about the question of the week. Tony Zapponi, of course, is Tampa Trivia. Let me start off by saying thank you to our sponsors. Steve, if you will, our personal contributors.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, like we always do each and every week, thank you to Alessi Bakery, to La Unione Italiana, Wright's Gourmet House, Stamatacus Thalgian Banano, Amarilli Sandwiches and more, Cacciatore Brothers, PJ Testa Accounting, Costantino and Company, South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic. These are all our wonderful sponsors, without whom we wouldn't have the financing available to do this show. Housewife Bake Shop, Columbia Jobbing, Florida Blood Services, The Colonnade, and we'd like to say hello, a great big hello, un abrazo, un beso, to our newest sponsor, Caracolillo Coffee Mills.
Welcome.
Just yesterday, they joined the family of sponsors. Mike Faedo, his mom, Carmencita. Thank you so much for being out there. We're going to be giving away some coffee a little bit later on for the Bolita drawing, so make sure when you call in, don't forget to give us your Bolita number. Welcome. Caracolillo Coffee Mills, a Tampa Native original business. Steve, our personal contributors?
Well, can I enter the Bolita drawing tonight? Because
No,
I
you
want
can't.
to win the
No.
coffee.
No, you can't.
Well, personal contributors, and thank you everyone. Frank Cueto, Ronnie DeRigo, chefs Dave Del Rio and George Tamargo, Henry and Raul Castillo, Phil and Carmen Nunez, Mike and Kathy White,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Copeland and Stephanie Moret.
And
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys very, very much. And if anyone out there, if you or someone you know would like to join our Tampa Native Show family of sponsors, why, give us a call on our comment line at 813-920-2508. Let us know that you'd like to join us. Or you can contact us at show@tampanatives.com. It's not quite telethon time yet, but we're getting close. So it's always a challenge for us to get our funding together. But, you know, we have great fans and we have great sponsors. And lo and behold, we always pull it together just before the window closes on us. Today, we offer a happy birthday to Ronnie Fernandez. We had lunch today out at La Septima Cafe in Brandon
Boy,
on
did we
Lumsden.
ever.
Yeah, on Lumsden. And we had some of that. We had some of that cheesecake again.
We
that
had some special.
guava
cheesecake. And,
Oh, that was great.
And Ronnie, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Dalia. Great seeing you today. Great
Nice to
meeting
meet
you
you.
and the staff. Everybody gracious as usual. Lunch at La Septima Cafe. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
I've got to go back.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
Let me say for the record, the hat that you see here on our table today that adorns our table was worn by our dear friend, Mike White, who referred to himself, here I'll hold it up so everybody can get a good look at it, who referred to himself as Mike Cracker White,
Or Big Cracker.
or Big Cracker. He was Big Cracker.
He was big.
And then he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And he became medium cracker, and then he was like almost small cracker. But cracker nonetheless. Mike was a Tampa native and an original, born in 1953 at the old St. Joseph's Hospital. He attended Anderson Elementary School, Madison Junior High, went to Tampa Catholic for a couple of years, ultimately graduating from Robinson High School. 59 years young, left us way too soon on Saturday. Tonight's show is going to be all about our life and times with that great guy. The 15-minute girl who shares history with Mike, whose families grew up
Same neighborhood.
Same street, across the street from one another.
As children, we literally grew up together, and I have many, many wonderful memories. His parents were godparents to my sister. We went out to the beach. The moms took the kids out to the beach, and so we have a lot of really, really fond memories. And then we found each other again, and everything just clicked, and it's been wonderful, and I miss him already.
Sally, now the last 3 years, 2.5, 3 years that you came really close, you and Mario both,
Yes.
to Mike and Kathy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we-
yes,
lots of events.
and Kathy.
Thanks,
yes.
thanks
We
to
love
the South
Kathy,
Tampa
too.
Survivor, our
Right.
sister group, South Tampa Survivors Function. We and Facebook, of course, we ended up getting
Yeah, he
together.
found me on Facebook.
And for those of you that know Michael and knew that he was not just a presence on Facebook, but he was a force of nature on Facebook.
Absolutely.
I mean, and
Yes, he was.
And arguably, that's one of the things that we might miss the most right now.
Yeah. I
know.
Because every morning when you woke up,
He was already on.
You,
Yeah.
in
Yes.
some of the responses. signing folks that signed his guest book here recently. They
Yeah.
over and over. Besides the fact that everybody was shocked that he
Yeah.
was gone so suddenly, they all said, "Well, I never met you, Mike,
Yeah.
but I knew you from Facebook, and I kind of wish I had had a chance
Yes,
to meet you."
absolutely.
Miss your posts on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Again, I allude to the fact that his passing was sudden. Let me state for the record, because a lot of you out there, overwhelmingly, what happened? I'm shocked. This can't possibly be. Well, we came to find out later. Mike had some health challenges along the way, but among the most notable and probably the most serious was a condition that his father suffered from as well, which is atrial fibrillation. AFib, most of us know it by short. And Mike had an issue with that. But he had it under control, medication, and Mike was very vigilant and disciplined with his medication. The cardiologist shared with us lately, in the last couple of days, that may have ultimately taken Michael's life, because he got into a situation where his heart went into AFib and unfortunately never came back into a normal rhythm again. So I'm not going to cast any false dispersions here tonight. The show is going to be happy at times and probably a little sad at times. And if I get through it without shedding a tear, that's something to write home about.
That will be a
because
miracle.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So with about 11 minutes into the show, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the hijinks, because Michael had an amazing sense of humor.
He was adorable.
There wasn't a 6'2", bigger than life, and there wasn't and a smile as wide as all outdoors.
Yeah.
But Michael's serious guy. But then there were times when we expect the fan or fall over or one of these cameras to go dark here in a minute, because he had a practical joking side too.
Yeah.
But one of the funny things that used to happen to us all the time when we'd go to the beach, and if you see that picture there in the background,
It's one of my favorite pictures.
we spent a lot of time at Paso Grill Beach.
I took that picture.
And of course, Dan Perez
Yeah.
put the photoshopped
He
our
fixed
Tampa
it up
Native
for
show.
us.
He did. Michael was our beach master, and we looked to him for guidance. And nobody set up umbrellas like Michael. Of course,
No, he knew it all.
I was his little buddy and his first lieutenant.
We
so
had no idea until we met Michael.
We used to go out there and battle with this drill all the time. And he had this special auger that he invested in, and that was to set up the umbrellas. We've got a little video that we want to show you. Now, this isn't at the beach, but it is a video of us trying to install. There's Michael at the beach with this noodle.
His big orange
Yeah, with
noodle.
his big orange noodle. And we're trying to install an umbrella at the last South Tampa Survivors event. What you have to notice here is that Michael is determined, as he always was, to do this proper. We've already installed one umbrella. We're about to install our second one, but the ground out there at South Tampa Survivors
Not happening.
would yield no mercy. And we'd like to share that video with you. Now, enjoy this. It's about a minute, 10 seconds.
Michael doing his thing, only we're not at the beach this time. We're at the STS party. Getting ready to get things moving here. And the sun is out, and it's gonna be hot. Do your thing. My husband, with all his hijinks like he just was doing right there. Marty was playing air guitar, and Michael's trying to get
he
the
ignored him the
umbrellas
whole
in the
time.
ground. And it went like that all the time between the two of them. That's what made it so much fun.
And I think what made it so special, because if anybody could get under his skin, it was me.
You.
But he would never come after me because he knew that I could
He
tickle his
loved
ribs.
you. He loved you.
Well, the question of the week this week brought to you by Stamataka, Stalgi, and Bonanno. The question of the week is Facebook or Paso Grill Beach? Facebook or Paso Grill? How did you come to know Michael? Where did you know him best? And if it wasn't either Facebook or Paso Grill Beach, when you call
Where?
him, be sure you tell us where. Maybe you were a childhood buddy of his. Maybe you used to ride bikes together. Anderson Elementary School. Maybe you went to TC with him. He had a lot of friends that went to TC. And
Foster Playground.
it's at Foster Playground. Thank you so much. So make sure you let us know. And when you call in, we'd like to go to the phones now. If you'll put that phone number up there, we'll go to the phones, open it up for your calls. It's 813-977-6800. 813-977-6800. Stevie, did you have a question, comment, cheer or jeer?
Well, I was just going to say that, I mean, one thing about Mike, what I remember of him, he was just one word comes to mind, it was generous.
Yeah.
In fact,
Oh my gosh,
if he knew you
yeah.
liked something or really enjoyed something, like he knew that my hot button was German
Right.
Shepherds. I love German Shepherds. So he would constantly send me, and he wouldn't do it on Facebook. Sometimes he would post it on my page. Sometimes
Yeah.
he would send me an email
Emails,
with a great
yeah.
photo of a shepherd or a story or a YouTube video. But that's the kind of person he was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very giving, very loving.
You had to
just-
be careful if you went over to the house and had a cup of coffee and told
Yeah.
him, hey man,
Yeah.
that coffee is amazing. Or that coffee pot or that coffee
Exactly.
maker is amazing. Because the next time you went back, he'd probably have that for you waiting and say,
Yeah.
here, I got this for you for Christmas, but I wanted to give it to you now. But Mike, it's only June.
Yes.
We've got our first
He
caller.
did that with our Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And
Which
again,
were beach stools.
And look at him here. Look at him here. We asked him to send in a photograph of, we wanted to know who the biggest Tampa Native show fan out there was. And if you'll take us out, Jeff, I mean, in true, typical Mike White fashion,
Yes.
over the top, he had every fan in the house that he had adorned, festooned with a hat, and there were 5 fans in there. None
Great
bigger.
pic-
Got to say something about that real quick.
Please.
He was not only the biggest fan, but probably the most dedicated. I mean, he was always, I don't think he missed an event, actually.
No,
and when he did go to the events, he was the first guy there and the last one to leave.
He was always helping
Yeah,
us
it was
with the
just,
show, with
fantastic.
ideas and, just anything he
Just
could
a
do
true
to help
friend.
us out. He just loved the show.
True friend.
Maybe what we're going to miss the most. Let's go to our
Yeah.
first caller. Stevie, do the honors.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Dory Requelman from Tampa.
Dory, let me turn up the volume just a little bit. Can we hear you okay in
that
the
Dory?
booth?
Yes,
Okay,
Dory.
there. Hi, Dory. How are you?
Good to hear from you.
thank you. I just wanted to say again my condolences to Kathy and you guys
Thank you.
for losing Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I met Mike from the Tampa Native show, from you guys.
Yes.
I first met him. He came up to me at the Amaryllis
I remember that.
and introduced himself to me. That's
was
how
that
I
kinda
met
guy.
Mike.
A big heart and a big smile.
A sweetheart.
And I don't know that Mike had a natural enemy. You know what I mean? I don't know that you could meet him and within 10 minutes not just go, hey man, this guy's pretty cool. And I wore his hat when we made an address, an impassioned plea to City Council over La Séptima sign. That's another story for another day.
Yes.
But I got to tell you, I'll put this on a little bit later, but this is a big hat.
Yeah.
And it's about a size 8 something.
It was
When I
me
saw the
too.
hat, I thought right away, oh, that's Mike's hat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike's hat, and it's
Yeah.
staying with me. Thank you, Kathy, for allowing me to take this hat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, inside of this hat was that big head. And inside of that big head was a big brain. There wasn't anything that Michael
He knew
didn't know.
everything.
I mean, if you had a problem with your garbage disposal, or you had a flat tire on your bike, or
Business
you need
questions.
whatever, before there was Google, there was Mike White.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable.
So that's one thing that we're going to miss about him a lot, because he got us out of a lot of jams. There's that hat. And what a great picture that is. And I was going to offer to Jeffrey, as you see fit, we've got so many photographs tonight. Go ahead and let those photographs roll over. You met him at
That's my
Amaryllis. We know, Dory, you met him. Tell us Amaryllis. And how about your Bolita number drawing, darling?
Oh, okay. I guess what's it from? From
1 to 75.
1 to 75?
66.
Okay.
66.
Okay.
Thank you, Dory, for calling. Thank you for expressing your condolences. We,
He surely will be missed. That's,
Yes,
Wow.
he will. Unbelievably.
yes.
No.
All of that. And I don't even think truthfully, it sunk in. People call and they'll ask us how we're doing. And we have to say, really, it comes and goes, because
We're doing.
we're okay right now. And then 5 minutes from now, not so much. But for the moment, we're doing.
I was really hoping to see him at the Tampa at the Rays game we're going to be going to.
I know.
Well,
he wasn't going to be able to.
and he
go
was
to
supposed to be,
that,
and he was supposed to be there today with us
Yeah.
in City Council chamber. So I mean, he was just supposed to be there. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
I was telling Alan, I said, oh wow, this is going to be strange. I haven't really been able to go to one of these games yet, and I was hoping to see him, because I haven't really been out lately
Yeah.
since my surgery. So, and
Oh,
then
with
this-
your eyes? With your eyes, Dory?
yeah, my eye is still bothering me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's never not been there.
No.
So that
Every event.
that is an accurate statement when you say
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
be
true.
very strange to
That's
not
true.
see him there. But we're seeing him here tonight, and we miss you, Mikey. We
It's a
love
great
you.
picture.
Dory, thank you for calling, darling.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dory.
guys.
Thank you.
You know what you said about Mike a second ago. No matter what he bought, whether it was a camera, a cell phone, a car, or even clothes, you knew he got the best quality, the best
Oh,
price,
yes,
the best
yeah.
everything. In
Yeah.
fact, you didn't have to do any research at all. If you bought a certain cell phone,
Yeah, he could
you would
tell
just
you
go
about
buy it
it.
yourself, because you
Yes,
knew
right.
it was a perfect
Yeah.
match. Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect quality.
Or again, if you mentioned to him that you said, "Hey, man, I got to get something, whatever it is.
Yes.
I need a new camera. I need a new something." He would send you 4 links.
Oh, that too.
He would send you 4
That too.
links to the best deals and where to get them.
Right.
And one thing that he introduced us to, 15-Minute Girl and myself, was Costco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you
we
for that,
love
Michael.
Costco. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And I inherited all his stuff because next week he got something new. So the old stuff, which really wasn't
right.
ever that old, I got it. It's in my garage now.
Yes.
Let's go to our second
love
caller.
you, Michael.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Kiki over here for the city.
Hi, Kiki. How are you?
Hello.
Good, man. Hey, I just want to call you and let you know, man, I never met Mike, but one thing I enjoyed about Facebook is seeing some of the pictures he always had on
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His
He had a
nieces,
fan
his
club.
nieces were legendary. Like I said, he wasn't just
Cats,
a presence
dogs.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
He was a force of nature. He
Yeah.
imposed his will upon you. You could not know who he was
Yeah.
because he was in your face on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
But
Brother Fry, I'm not at the restaurant now, but my brother probably looking at me saying, look at this guy, I'm talking on the damn phone. But
that's great, Kiki. Thank you for calling.
I miss his pics over there on Facebook, I really do. And,
Yes.
I never met him, but he must have been a hell of a nice guy,
He
know?
was.
Yes.
He was geeky,
Very
and-
much
A gentle
so.
soul.
And trust us when we tell you that we heard that time and time again since Saturday. I never met him.
Yeah.
I feel like I know him, and I wish I had met him. And for those people that never made it out to the beach with us,
Man, you
Yeah.
missed
they have a
out.
lot of regrets now because they always put it off and they always put it off. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're still going to go because Mike would want us to go.
Yeah, we're not going to
But the big guy won't be in his chair. I may have to slide down the couch a little bit and occupy that space if he'll let me. But
He might
if
not.
we learn one thing, Kiki, with this thing that happened, as tragic as it is and awful as it is, man, you just can't take anything for granted,
That's
true.
brother.
Day by day.
And those people that you love that are in your
Let 'em
life,
know.
let them know, hug
them
them up,
know.
give them a
A
kiss, and
lot.
tell them how much you love them
Yeah.
because, Konya, man, tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Life is fragile.
Nope, it certainly is.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Mike, tell his friends that he shared a lot of good time with people he didn't even know.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait a
And
minute.
we miss him.
And tell me,
Yes.
and tell you this, Kiki. And
Thank you for that, Kiki.
And Kiki, you're going to start the tears going right
Yeah.
away. Attaboy, Kiki. Way to go, Kiki. If you're feeling this from where you sit, imagine where we sit.
Yeah.
Where we were on the inside.
It's really
Yeah.
difficult.
But he looks like a nice guy, man.
Great guy.
See that happen.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
So,
Bolita number, Kiki?
about 23.
23 for
is
Kiki. And
yours.
put Facebook because
Yeah.
that's where he met Michael. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you
Okay,
for
man, have a good one, man.
Thank you,
Thank
brother. We
you.
love you
Calling.
too. Bye-bye.
Another call.
Caller number on line 4.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, this is Joyce Hammer.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi,
Hi,
Joyce.
Joyce.
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Well,
Doing
after
okay.
Kiki's call, I'm a little less great,
Yeah.
but I'm holding it together.
I know. I just want to pay my condolences again, as I said on Facebook.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry because I know how close you and Mike were, and I extend my condolences to everybody else.
Thank you.
Got to know Mike.
Thank you, Joyce.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. There's going to be a memorial celebration of life, actually, in due time, when his wife Kathy tells us it's a time to do it.
time, yeah.
And of course, we're going to extend the invitation to his closest friends, to as many people as would like to attend. And it's probably going to take place at the beach because that was one place that we sought refuge
He
from this
loved the
crazy
beach.
life that swirls around us. But the beach was always a place where we could have fun and put our feet up. And
Yep.
and I learned a new term
Laugh.
from Michael at the beach, and it's called
Oh,
it's a
that's-
term that he dubbed called slow close.
close.
And I'll explain to you what the
Yeah.
slow close was. It took us we got down to the point where in about 9 minutes,
Yeah.
we could set up 4 umbrellas, chairs, footrests, everything that we needed. It was all set up, ready to go.
Right.
And that was the thing with Michael. All you needed to do when you went anywhere with him
Show up
was just show up
with your stuff.
Right.
with a bottle of water. And if you
Yeah.
didn't have a bottle of water, there was one in the car waiting for you.
Yeah, and he even had extra umbrellas
I don't
and
know.
chairs if we needed them.
You never needed for anything when
Yeah.
you went anywhere with him. So
Yeah.
that was what we learned. And the slow close was well, we're going to leave at 1 or 1:30, so we're going to start closing up at 1.
Yeah, we're going to start the slow close.
So anyway.
He had it down to a science.
Never got the opportunity to go out there. He invited me a few times
Yeah.
and never got. And I'm really sorry now that I never did get to get out there, but I certainly will if you can just let me know all the details.
Yes,
We'll
the next
be-
time
we'll
you
be
make
going
sure to
again.
come out and in honor of Mikey, we'll come out
Yeah.
and we'll all jump in the water with our noodles.
With our noodles, right.
Look at Stevie with his hat right there. He
looks
didn't want to get his hat wet, so he's in the,
Yeah, it's
he's
wet
in
on
the
the top
water
of
with
his
his hat. He looks like he got a conductor's hat
I
on.
didn't have my shirt on, did I? Okay.
I can see it now.
Joyce, give us your Bolita number for the week.
Let me go with 24.
24.
One high, one low.
Okay.
Thank you, Joyce, for calling and expressing your condolences. We know you miss him as well, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom. So take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Look at that picture
That was
there.
nice.
I'll make a quick comment about this, darling. If you want to weigh in as well, you're welcome to do that. What I want to say about this picture is two things.
There's some good-looking people right there.
Okay, three things. There's a
are.
good-looking picture, and that's, of course, where we set up across the street from the hurricane
That's
on
the
Paso Grill.
Fabulous Four.
That was the Fabulous Four. What you have to notice about us is that Mike always had his camera, and Sally always had hers, so there were always plenty
Yes.
of photos. That's what everybody's referring to on
Yes.
Facebook. Number one. Number two, for some reason, we all loved our dentist because there were teeth everywhere. We're constantly smiling. We don't know why we were so happy, but the
Because
reality.
we were happy because we were all together. That's all we did.
Yeah.
We were all, no matter what we did, it was fun and we were happy.
Time
all
of our
us.
lives. Time
Yeah,
of our lives.
really, the
And
time
what
of our
what a lot
lives.
of people don't realize, and
Yeah.
this is the part that is personal,
Yeah.
but I'll share it with our TV audience now, and people don't realize that, is that when we were together, you can bring us up in the shot now because I think it's serious, and I think if you want to bring me in on my one camera, this is where I want to look directly into the camera and directly into everybody's heart and tell them something that they don't know. Okay, I'm on. Red light's on.
Okay.
When we were together, the four of us, we had superpowers. I mean, we had
Yes, we did.
superpowers.
We did.
Kathy could fly, Sally was invisible, Mike was 50 feet tall, and I was like the 6-inch guy. So, I mean, we had superpower. We could do all, the elastic guy.
That's
we,
what we felt
We
like.
just felt like
Yeah.
teenagers.
It
So,
just all clicked as
Yeah.
soon as we got together. Well, back together for Michael and I. As
Yeah.
soon as we got back together, and everybody was genuinely fond of each other, and it was just.
and
the
if you
most
see him in that
magical,
picture,
magical
if you
thing.
see him in that picture there, that's probably why everybody was saying, well, what happened? Because
Yeah,
he looks
he looks
great.
perfectly fit
He looks
and
great.
healthy
He's tanned.
and- yeah.
He's lost weight. He looks
looked
good.
fantastic.
And but inside his heart was
Yeah.
troubling him and had a
Yeah.
little problem. So, but that's a great picture. The Fantastic Four. Stevie, make that call.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Fran Costantino,
Hi, Fran.
Fran.
a.k.a. Mike's Sicilian sister.
Absolutely right.
100%.
Another AKA.
I have just a couple of funny stories.
Please.
He would have his beach buggy that he would take out to Paso Grill.
That you see there in the picture, right there,
Story.
perfect timing.
Yes.
Right, and he insisted that I get one for
Yes.
and I and Hi-Ho to go out with all our stuff.
That's right.
Well, I ordered one on the internet, and it came out to $80 with free shipping.
Yeah.
And Mike had a fit. He
Fit.
says, Sally, Mario, and I are going to Costco. You pack that up, send it right
Yeah.
back. I'll get you one for $35. And then we all got Christmas presents with the footrest in July.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
one too.
And then he wondered why I wasn't bringing anything other than drunken navels.
Yeah.
Right?
So the next week we brought virgin navels and pineapple for Michael.
Yes.
But he was just something too special. I will honor his bracelets that I wear.
I know, we're wearing
and he
ours
was
right
such
now.
a giver. We miss
Yeah.
him and love him. And we all had a blast.
One of a
Great
kind.
story, Fran.
Yeah, thank you for sharing
Thank
that,
you,
Franny.
Franny.
Thank you for sharing that.
I mean, even just a call. He would say, Kathy and I are going to Costco, friend. You need anything?
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
the guy was just
That's who he
unbelievable
was.
friends to all of us.
I
He
know
was a, he was a giver
He
and
really
very
was.
generous.
He was,
All right,
Fran.
y'all hang in there. I got to go. Thank
Love you, Fran.
Thank
Love you.
you,
Thank you.
Fran.
Thank you.
you. All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
As far as his,
All right.
his generosity,
Sorry.
his generosity. I mean, remember when I made the beer batch about 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I brewed my first batch of beer at home.
Yeah.
And Mike drove all the way from Riverview to North Tampa
I remember
to
that.
help with the
Yeah,
the
I
beer
remember that.
brewing, and stayed there for about 2 or 3 hours at my house. And I mean, and that was a long drive.
Yeah.
But he just to
You went
offer
to
his
the gun
advice.
show with you?
I'm sorry?
Remember that?
Y'all went to the gun show together?
That's right. We did that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
we sure did. But just a super
Sweet,
generous.
sweet man.
Yeah, and he tried to be present, I think, at all of these events because, he wanted to get it all in, man. He didn't want to miss any.
He just enjoyed it, and
And he was
hanging with us,
and
whatever
for,
we
for
did, he
somebody
wanted
like
to be
me
with us.
that always, Mike, if you want to do all that, that's cool, man. I mean, if you want to set all this up, and all I got to do is show up. Come on, man. What time do I
Yeah.
got to be there?
But he liked doing
But what time do I got to be there?
Don't be late.
let me share with you about what time I got to be
That's
there,
the deal.
because Big Cracker had a little issue with timing and don't be late, because whenever we would meet at the Safe House
Yeah.
at 7:30 in the morning
Yeah.
on a Sunday after you've been up Saturday night a little bit late to go to the beach, don't show up at 7:31 because
No.
the car is already parked and pointed in the direction of St. Pete Beach. And you needed to be there on time to go. That's
true.
Yeah.
So I mean, there were more
were
than
reasons, though.
more than a couple of occasions that I got the silent treatment for the first 15 minutes of the
Yes.
trip until he calmed down, because I'm
He
never
would
on
get angry.
time.
Mario's not a timely kind of guy.
I'm punctual, but at 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday, maybe not so much. This is the trip that we took down to the Minnesota area. It was a March.
great.
I think it was like a March morning. And,
was very
and it was
cold,
cold and
yeah.
windy, and we had a great time there. We got a caller, Steve.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mario. Hi, Sally. Hi, Steve. This is Star.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Star. How are you, darling?
I'm good.
Good.
Thanks for
My
calling.
voice, I'm a little hoarse.
Oh,
I just want you guys to know that, I met Mike at the beach,
I remember.
and the day that we were out there, we had such a good time. We went to Gennaro's
Yes.
and had lunch.
Star, hold on just a second. Picture number 10. Thank you so
There you
much
go,
for that, guys.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Star, please.
There we are.
Yeah, I
There it
saw
is.
it come up a while ago, and
There
I
it is.
just remembered that day that we were there. And you always felt like family, no matter who
Yes,
was around,
that's
and
right.
you always, was
Yeah.
ready to talk to you and had something to say. And we actually had a friend in common, Sandy Ficca, who's the drummer
Oh, that's right.
for
Yeah.
Firefall.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Sandy, if you're out there, give us a call. We've got a line
Yes.
open. We're waiting to hear from you.
And Mike had given Butch some shirts, and he had a T-shirt in there of Firefall. And that was our commonality, and because we both love music.
Yeah.
And I know you'll miss him, and I know he was a
Terribly.
really good friend of yours. But
Yeah.
just know this: anytime you go out to that beach, he's
Oh,
going to
yes.
be there.
That's why we have to keep going.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
true.
we have to keep
And
going.
absolutely, and
Yeah.
he would want that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, he would want that.
People don't understand. Tampa has a bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
people that were born and raised here. I mean,
Yeah.
he made that happen too. He was a big part of that. So I
Yes,
just
he
wanted
loved
to tell you
being from
guys,
Tampa.
I'm so sorry, and please let Kathy know. And
We
God
will.
bless you.
Thank
We
you.
will.
Thank you, Star. Do you want to
so
give us a
much.
Bolita drawing number, darling? Because we're going to do a drawing here in a few minutes.
How about 27?
27
27
it
it
is. Thank you,
is.
Star, for
Thank
your
you,
sentiments. We
Star.
appreciate that. And we love you guys.
Take care, guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Star.
Bye-bye.
Star made a great point. I mean, there is a bond among Tampa natives.
Yeah.
You know?
The hat that we have, the black hat that we have with the green lettering, who made that hat for us?
was Mike.
Yeah, that was Michael.
Michael.
The hat that
Mike.
he's wearing, well, not
That's
this one,
right.
because this one was just one of his Nike
Yeah.
hats that didn't have any markings. But the hat that you see us wearing, and he's probably going to have it on in another one of these shots in a few minutes.
Yeah.
This is Mike and I pitching pennies over our
3
shoulder.
coins in a fountain.
2 coins in a fountain. We're
Yeah.
making a wish, probably wishing to win the lotto, I guess.
But that's another thing. We did. We played the lotto because if any of us won the lotto, we were going to buy a house on Paso Grill and all live together on Paso Grill.
Amen.
Because that was our favorite beach.
Yeah,
and
we were
just,
going to retire to the beach.
And Mike had it was his own weekly group called PAG, P-A-G,
Yes.
Yeah,
on
PAG.
Facebook events.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Well, it was the Beach Bums.
Beach bums.
Beach
Yeah,
Bums.
right.
Paso Grill Beach bums.
Yeah.
Yeah, PAG Beach Bum.
And that was Mike.
That still remains. That's
Yep.
who we are.
And we're going to continue to go out there, like Star suggested, because it would be a shame. And
No, I can't not go to the
and that's us. That's
a great photo.
Look at Mike at Gennaro's. now, what you have to understand is, number one, the pizza is that big.
Yes.
Yeah, it is that big, and it is amazing.
fresh
It's
and
an
delicious.
amazing
Very
pizza.
good.
Yeah.
And Mike showing you that he's not afraid to
have fun.
to have fun. To have fun. That was Mike at Gennaro's.
Yeah.
Gennaro's was a little place right there on Paso Grill Beach that we had to pass going to the beach, to our spot.
We actually introduced Michael and Kathy to Gennaro's.
Yep.
Because we went there one time when we stayed out at the beach for our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was our favorite. That's my favorite pizza.
What a great place,
forever,
though, it is.
Anywhere. It's just delicious. So we introduced them, and they loved it too.
Gosh.
Well, there's a Tony Saboni Tampa trivia question that I should have asked a little bit earlier. I'll throw it out there now because we've got about 25 minutes to go. And if anybody wants to call in and take a shot at this, remember, this will entitle you to one setting, or sitting, I guess is the proper phrasing?
Yes.
At Pepito's
Yeah,
Masterpiece
right.
Portraits. And we went this past weekend and got our
That we
pictures
did.
taken. We picked up our disc
sure
just the
did.
other day. So we're going to look those over and pick the best one, and we'll probably have it on our show either next week, maybe next week. We'll have it and we'll show you some of Pepito's work. So here's
Very
Tony
talented.
Zapponi's Tampa Trivia presented by
Tony Peroni, Housewife Bake Shop.
Tony Peroni, Housewife Bake Shop. The question is, until the late 50s, there was a zoo of sorts in Tampa. This was before Lowry Park Zoo. Where was it located?
I know the answer.
Okay, but you can't play.
I can't say.
Well, that was awful fast, Steve.
Line 4 is lit up. This picture here was taken just like the picture before this one.
that
Last
was on
year,
our
we're going to
trip.
talk about this too in just a
Yeah.
quick second. Last year, for my birthday, September 20th, we took a 5-day holiday up to a cabin in Ellijay, Georgia.
Cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods. And I've never been to that part of Georgia. I'd never seen an apple tree, a tree actually on the apple, an apple tree. And so we went there to celebrate my birthday and get away, and it was kind of fun, and we had an adventure of all adventures while we were there. I'm going to take this phone call on 4, and I'm going to come back and tell you a funny story about that adventure.
Kind of funny.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Jackie Ball,
Oh, hi,
Hi, Jackie.
Michael's cousin
Yes.
from Virginia.
Thank
Hi,
you for
Jackie.
calling.
Thank you for calling,
Yes.
sweetie.
You're welcome. I just wanted to share a story when Michael and I were little, about 5 years old. He always had the love for the water.
Yes.
And we all went to Clearwater, and he was in an inner tube. We were both in an inner tube, and a big wave came and knocked him over. And Sandra, his sister, and my mother went running, and it was all they could do to get him turned right side up
I
again.
bet.
But he always laughed about that,
Yeah.
and still had the love for the water.
Oh,
and all.
yes,
And he
yeah.
loved all of y'all so much. He'd always tell me stories about y'all going to the beach.
Yeah. Jackie, we started going to the beach together when we were little children because our mothers would gather us all up and take us to Clearwater Beach. So
Right.
Michael and I have been to the beach together quite a few times when we were little and
kids.
as grown-ups.
As an
So
adult,
it's a
too.
special bond there too.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, give my love to Kathy and
I will.
everyone, and thank y'all so much for sharing everything.
Thank you for calling, Jackie.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
And our
Thank you for
condolences
calling.
on your loss, too,
Absolutely.
Jackie.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
It's a
Bye-bye.
big hole in our heart. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, darling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Real quick,
That
back
was
to the
nice.
picture that was just before that. Thank you for calling, Jackie.
Yeah.
That was special. Okay, real quick. It's 35 past the hour. We've got so much more to do,
Yeah.
and so many more pictures to show. Okay,
The story.
So the story, real quick. I'll just lay it on you just like this. That was actually at the end of the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad, the BRSR. We took a trip and we ended up. That was where we had lunch that day. But bring me back in because I think to make this story really, really zip, I got to be able to be on camera to do all my things that I do. So here's what happened. We go traipsing down the side of a camera 3, guys. Camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, any camera. That's Steve.
There you
There
go.
I am. Okay, so we go to a party that's up and down around these mountains.
Yeah, very hilly.
Gravelly roads, very steep embankments. So we go to the party that's on the bottom of this steep embankment. Beautiful cabin by the river.
Mm-hmm.
We have a nice dinner, lovely. We are now leaving, going back to our cabin. It's probably about 10 o'clock at night.
Dark?
It's dark, dark. And this is the kind of darkness that you don't understand if you've never
Unbelievable.
been to the mountains where there's no light. So we're trying to get up enough momentum and speed to go up the side of the mountain, and we get up about 3/4 of the way and stall. So we start to backslide down a little bit down the mountain. So, you know, Mikey's driving as he always is, and I'm riding shotgun. The girls are in the back, and he steps on it a little bit, and we go up about 3 feet, and then we slide back again. And Mike's getting really frustrated now, as Mike could do, so he steps on it again, and he slides forward a little bit more, and he slides back again. Right about this time, I tell Mikey, I say, hey, big fella, hold on now. Don't step on the gas again. Let me get out and see
Yeah.
just where we are.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing I did because the left rear tire had all but fallen off the side of the
That
road.
was scary.
And mind you, if we go off the side of that road, it's about 150 feet down the embankment to the water, and there's all kinds of trees and nonsense on the way down. It would have been really,
Bad.
really, really bad.
Very bad.
And the fact that it was on my birthday would have made it super, super
Worse.
really bad. But here's the funny part of this story, and there's a little bit of a funny part. We all get out. Kathy gets out, Sally gets out, I'm already out. I tell the big fella, don't take your foot off the brake, don't you move, don't breathe, don't do anything. We get on the phone and we call people. Finally, we get him to put it in park, mash on that emergency brake, and he's a big guy now, 6'2" plus, 200 plus pounds. He has to crawl out the passenger side very carefully because
Yes.
again, the left rear tire is precariously perched almost off the side of the mountain. Okay. Rescue's on its way. Rescue is imminent.
Rescue for Kathy and I.
The girls, we sent them on home.
We wanted to go out of there.
They were terrified.
We were hearing stories of bears and
terrified.
large cats and
Sent them home. We wait for the wrecker to come pull us off the side of the mountain. So while we're waiting, we're walking around, and I'm telling the big fella, I said, man, it's dark as hell out here, man. We got the flashlights out, and I'm pointing the flashlights down the road, and it's the kind of thing where you point the flashlight down the road, and the darkness eats the light. It's
Yes.
like a black hole, Stevie.
Disappears, yeah.
It disappears.
was amazing
There was
how
no
dark it
way at
was.
all that the light was going to be any of it. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, man, the big fella standing there in the middle of the road, and I hear this. And I looked at him, and I said, Mike, what was that? And he goes, that's my bear repellent. I said, your bear repellent? So I said, wait a minute, hold on. I said, now that one go. And he looked at me and I said, that's my big cat repellent. And then for the next 20 minutes, we're laughing our ass off on the side of this hill in total darkness with the car perched off the side and the flashers blinking. But we're also whistling through the graveyard because we know that maybe, just maybe, there could be a bear right there.
Creatures are out there.
Or there could be a big bobcat somewhere. It was just one of those nights.
That could have attracted a bear, actually.
We laughed, but it was one of those, it was kind of gallows humor laughing, we were
Kinda had to be
mortified.
there.
That was a great day there as well. That was part of that day that we went down to Minnesota,
Yeah,
how cold
that
it
was
was
the
that day.
lighthouse right
Anyway, that's my almost falling off the side of the mountain story. We hope you enjoyed that, brought to you by Mario Nunez.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's Tom from New York.
Hey,
Hey, Tom
Hi,
from New York,
Tom.
how are you?
Northeast correspondent.
I am good. I just want to first say I offer my condolences.
Thank you.
I've been through some tragic losses in my life, and it's just got to be heart-wrenching when
It
that
is.
comes. But the first picture I saw of Mike that you put up on the screen, which was the first time I've ever seen him, of course, because I'm not from the area.
Yeah.
But the first thing that came to my mind, this guy looks larger than life.
he was.
Big boy.
He was.
There it is.
And with the orange noodle there.
Yes,
The
that
orange
was his
noodle.
favorite.
The orange noodle. He was
Larger than life, like when you see like a rock star.
Yeah.
Just looked larger than life.
Yeah.
And,
You're pretty much
There he
right,
is.
Tom.
Hilarious.
so
I took that.
once again, I want to cut it as short as I can because I got to leave time for those people that really knew Mike. So thank you very much for just putting all the pictures up there because it sounds like an incredible man.
He was a
Really,
wonderful
really
man.
was.
Thank you for sharing
A great friend.
your thoughts with us, Tom.
you,
Give us
Tom.
your number before you go, because we always give stuff away here on the Tampa Native Show. Mike would want us to do that.
42.
42, it's yours.
Thanks, Tom. That's great.
Tom, you're one of our
Thanks, Tom.
best fans, and we
We
can
look
always
forward
count
to
on
your calls.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Bet.
Bye, Tom.
And I'll follow up by saying this. When we drop the camera, bocce ball. That's at Frank Costantino's real estate business right there off of 4th
That's me
Avenue.
right behind him, I think.
4th Avenue. That is you, Stevie. And the hats that you're wearing are the hats that he
That's right.
got for us, the Tampa
Yeah.
Natives hats. What was I going to say now?
About larger than life.
Larger than life. There's a photograph that we have somewhere, maybe we have it here tonight, where Sally took the picture from down below,
Yes.
looking up at him. And for those of us that were sci-fi fans back in the 50s and 60s and
Oh, I know
70s,
where you're
he
going.
looked
Yeah.
like, in this image,
Yes.
the colossal man. He looked like he was 50 feet tall. And here's
He
the other
loved that
thing. Here's the other thing you needed to know about Mike. When we'd set up the umbrellas and we'd finally sit down, the girls would go off, run off and collect the shells.
Yeah.
We'd sit
Right
down and
away.
we'd kick back. Mike was 6'2". I'm 5 foot, almost 7, maybe not even. And so
On a
when
good
we
day.
sat down, his footrest was a little further out than mine was,
I know it.
and his feet were this. He wore size
Very
14.
large feet.
They were not only large feet,
And
but
long
his toes were this
Yeah.
long.
And I took a couple of pictures of his feet.
And it was amazing to me. It's like, because I had these little shorts. Mike, what is going on? And his tennis shoes were that big. But to answer your question,
Yeah.
Tom, yes, he was larger than life. He was absolutely larger.
Absolutely.
That's a great shot there. We've all got our Tampa Natives caps on.
That was at the South Tampa
That was at the South
Survivors.
Tampa Survivors event this past March. This past March.
Larger than life physically and also in spirit as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Anybody want to take a shot at that Tony Zapponi Tampa trivia? If you do, you still have 15 minutes to go.
That's a great picture.
That's one of my favorite pictures all
Me
time,
too.
all time, all time.
And
Again,
Mario.
South Tampa Survivors. Yes, Steve?
We also have that video from Mike Beluha.
Oh,
We
that's
do. We
right.
can get to that in just a few
We're gonna
minutes.
do that a little bit? Okay.
We'll do that just before we sign off at about
Closer to
7
the
or
end?
yeah,
Okay,
about
good,
7
good.
minutes till. We've got a little bit of time left. So, you know what you could do, darling? At this time, you could do the 15-minute special, the 15-minute girl special announcement.
Special announcement
Yeah.
brought to you by South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic, Dr.
Thomas.
Thomas
Aguero.
Aguero. And the special announcement is that we are sold out for the Rays game and the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. So thank you very much for everyone that
Thank you.
That participated,
Sent
their
your money
checks
in.
Right.
It's going to be fun and sold out.
We do appreciate that. Look at that. And just on cue, we've got 2 callers. Let's do that
There we
real
go.
quick. What do you say, Stevie?
Let's
do
do
your
it.
thing.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Oli Gonzalez.
Hi, Oli.
Hi, Oli.
Hi,
Talk
Oli.
to us.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Hey, listen, I think the answer to that question was the super test.
Close.
Close, but no
But
cigar.
as they say in Ybor City, no cigar.
No cigar?
No cigar, but we like your attempt.
Very,
But
Yes.
it fell a little short,
Good
Oli.
try.
It was short.
You're warm.
It
bounced.
Not that it bounced, but it
Bounced.
was short. That's right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I see you got Mike of the Caragolillo going
Caragolillo
now, huh?
coffee is here in my hand. We're going to be giving away this very pound
Container?
of coffee. This very pound of coffee that I have here right in my hands. So if you want to, before you sign off, make sure you give us your bolita drawing number.
Number 28.
28 for
28 for Oli.
Oli. 28.
Thank you, Oli.
Hey guys, you have a good show.
Thank you, Oli.
you.
Thank you so
Oli.
much. Bye-bye. Well, he was close, but really he wasn't.
No
that
cigar.
close. Now, this picture here, darling, you want to talk about this real quick before we take line 5?
That's a great
Oh,
photo.
yes.
Okay.
That was a picture that I made him take. And
Okay.
And anybody else, I don't think he would have posed for that picture. But I made the tiara for Tiara Day, National World Tiara Day. And I made it out of shells, and I took it with me when we went down to Siesta Key. And I wanted him to take my picture wearing it so I could put it on my Facebook page. And then I made him wear it. And I made Kathy wear it too, and he did, and he made a big smile, and I love that picture, and I love him for letting me take that picture.
Because it wasn't anybody. He wouldn't do that for just anybody.
I don't think so.
He wouldn't do
I don't
that for
think
just
you would have asked
anybody.
Mario. I don't think he would have done it.
Never.
It looked cute
He
on
might have
him.
put it on my head and made
I
me
thought it
wear
was
it.
really cute. Look at that.
course.
That's my favorite
Look
photo,
how cute.
actually.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It's one of mine too, and he had the biggest, best smile. So
Yeah, of course. Lit up the room. Caller.
You're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, it's me again, it's Star.
oh,
Hi, Star.
But I know it was a little gas station on the corner of Columbus and Del Mabry,
Okay.
and they had a little like carnival there and a little petting zoo. And it was a gas station, and I don't know the name of the darn gas station, but I know Brooke Massey Dodge was there.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Let me tell you. Just
Different hint.
let me correct. Let me for the record, set the record straight.
Yeah.
You're guessing the Tony Zapponi Tampa trivia question,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Oli Gonzalez, who was just on the phone before you
Probably
were,
where you were holding.
while you were holding, and I'm sorry you couldn't hear his call. He actually guessed the Super Test amusement park, which was what you were guessing as well.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him the same thing I'm about to tell you. Close, but no cigar. I'm sorry, baby. That's not the answer
try,
to this
though.
question.
That's okay.
But you were close, and
Yeah.
and I can you were. Let me tell you how close you were. You were about 6 miles away from.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I'd say so. I'd
About,
say so.
about 6
Yeah.
miles. There's a hint.
6 miles
Geographic
east.
hint. 6. Yeah, you were 6 miles
west. West, actually.
Yeah.
of where this place was. So if that helps you, call back.
Okay, but I wanted to say one more thing
Okay.
about Mike.
Okay.
The Jerry Lewis telethon.
Remember?
He was always there.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
He was always supporting. And I remember last year he wasn't feeling too good.
He wasn't. You're
Still came
correct.
out.
He said on the
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he still stayed there the whole time.
Right.
Made the muscle
That
for
we
us.
did it right, muscle up,
Yeah.
Tampa
Muscle up.
Native.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
That's
nothing
just who
can
he was.
replace that
He was
guy.
a trooper.
Yep.
Well,
He
I'll
was a
think
trooper.
about 6 miles west, all right?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That last picture was an amazing picture.
Yes.
That last
Yeah.
picture.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
This day was fun.
This
too.
day.
Every day was fun.
This was Dockside
Dockside
Dave's.
Dave's,
I said
yeah.
Dockside Docks. Dockside Dave's and
Giant.
amazing
onion
rings. The
rings.
size. You could wear it like a laurel wreath.
Yes.
They were that big.
Big
Those-
grouper sandwiches.
We've got a few pictures left. I think we'll get through them all.
I think we have a
before it's all
caller
over. Do we have a caller?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the caller.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey guys, this is Big Mike from Orlando.
Hey,
Hi,
Big
Mike.
Mike.
We haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
Good to hear from
I got
you.
to tell you, I just want to say how you guys look great and everything.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Thank you.
So it's
Thank you.
really sorry to hear about Michael
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
I actually never got to meet him,
I know.
but because of you guys, Facebook
Yep.
had many conversations with him.
Yep. One of the 3 mics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
with Mike, and he seemed like just such an inspiration. You know, losing all that weight, getting in great
Oh,
shape.
yeah, for sure.
You know, totally, just an inspiration for me. A big guy, you know, I
Yes.
liked every strong guy, and
Yeah.
met, you know, great taste for music, and just really amazing.
It is.
Things happen in life.
It is.
I'm sure you guys know that. But,
In an instant. Yeah.
you know, I was up late one night, or let's say early one morning, working. I was online at about 5 a.m. and he chimed in and
Yeah.
said, "Hey, what are you doing? This and that." And he says, "Well, getting ready to go on my 12-mile bike ride."
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
"What?" He said, "Yeah, I was going to go jogging. The only problem is I have to job at a McDonald's and you know, to jog out." But amazing how this
Yeah,
guy has
yeah.
so much life in him. And
He
everything.
did that
Look,
every
look
morning.
at him in this photo here. If you're actually watching us, and if not,
Yeah, you wouldn't
I
know
can
he
just
was-
tell
yeah.
you that, you know, hey, you look at him. He's got, you know, he's muscled up. He's in good shape. He's, you know.
He's
Guns,
Slam.
I mean, bigger guns than you, Mario. You know, that's hard for you to take.
Well, you know what though? Let me just share with you. There were a couple of because I had lost a little bit of weight in this photograph
Yeah.
here. So in the previous photographs, you know, we gunned up, and you know, mine were bigger than his at that point, or right about the same size.
I
I think he
remember
got
that.
into the gym a little bit harder
Yeah,
because there
he
was no
did.
way
He did.
he was going to let me have bigger guns than him.
He didn't like that.
So you know, that's how competitive he was. But
He really
you know,
was.
at the same time, man, just a big sweetheart, and,
Yes.
and you know, like you say, man, that hole will not be
Yep,
filled
there's
in
a
our hearts
huge hole in
anytime
our
soon.
heart.
You know, and the guy had a
Absolutely.
huge family. It's amazing. They're all female.
Yeah, you know, a lot of nieces.
Amazing.
He had a lot of primas, didn't he?
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And they
Someone
were all-
has to
and they
carry
were all
on that
cute.
tradition.
Large
from what I can
family.
see.
Not really. A good-looking family. I'll tell you that.
Listen, Mike, let me tell you, there were a lot of people that knew him just from his nieces on Facebook.
Yeah, they
and
were
some
very fond of
chimed
him,
in
too.
saying, you know, I'm really going to miss your
Yeah.
nieces. They didn't know him for anything else, but they knew him for that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, amazing. Man, just a great sense of humor.
Yes.
Well, give us your bolita drawing number because we've got a video we want to show everybody.
No, you guys go. Okay. Well, he was 59 years old.
Yes.
Correct.
That's my number.
Okay,
Thank
good
you,
number.
Mike. Take care of yourself.
Thank
you hear
you,
me?
Mike.
No, you got it, brother.
Thank
Love
you, Mike.
you.
Thank you, Mike. Love you, Mike. All right.
Good to hear from him.
Let's real quick, darling, if you'll grab the bolita balls real
Grab
quick.
the bolita balls.
Stevie,
Sure.
if you'll do the honors first, I think we'll give away. Here's what we're going to give away: 3 prizes tonight. We've got a caller and we've got a video. We
And
have to get
this
to.
Bolita drawing brought to you by Fran Constantino,
Fran
Constantino and Company Real Estate.
Thank you.
You got it.
La Reina de la Séptima. This first
That's right.
drawing will be for this pound of caracolillo coffee.
Pound of coffee.
Stevie, what do you got?
Lucky 13.
Lucky
closest to
13.
I don't really think we have a winner.
No, we need to draw again.
Get in there,
Okay,
Stevie. Get in
let's
there.
try it
Get in
again.
there, Stevie. Get in there. Get in there, Stevie. Get in there.
Reaching in deep here.
Anything higher than 27?
41.
41.
41.
28?
28.
Closest to without going over.
28.
28.
28.
Oli Gonzalez.
Oli
Oli
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez wins the coffee. Like he needs to gotta go get
Yes,
coffee.
you
Go
need
again.
coffee,
quickly.
Keep
right,
playing that, I
Oli?
think.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
There we
hurry
go.
up.
Got it.
Okay.
Number 43.
43, Donnie?
43.
43 is going to be 27.
27. That would be
Stars.
Star
Next one in line.
Star's going to win
Garcia.
the cafe, the
t-shirt.
Septima Cafe.
And
And
one more.
time. This is for a DVD for this show, of this show.
And 14.
14, darling. 14.
14. Ooh.
Quickly. What's
No,
less
no,
than-
you went the wrong way.
Go again,
It would-
Stevie, quickly. Go
Yeah,
again,
pull
Stevie.
another one.
There we go. 24.
24.
24.
24 on the money, Joyce Howard.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's
we're
do
going to
this.
show you this video now. This is the tribute, and if we come back and we're not so dry-eyed, you'll understand why. It's about 2.5 minutes long. It's
Yep.
a tribute by Mike Baluja
Thank you, Mike.
to our dear friend Michael White. Enjoy this. That's
That was
tough.
rough.
That's tough. It's really, really, really hard to say goodbye to somebody that you really love and that you know you're not going to see again in this lifetime. And I don't
We
think
were
that
always together.
I don't think that we can adequately explain to you guys in an hour what Michael's life and his loss means to us as a family here on the show,
Yeah.
Stevie included. So
It's really, really
all I
hard.
can say is the takeaway has to be, you know,
That so many people loved him.
and love those people that you have close to you,
Yeah.
man, and let them know.
And we love you, Kathy.
Don't take anything
We're
for
here.
granted.
Don't take life for
We're
granted
here.
at all.
Yeah, we're going to continue the traditions that Michael
We're still going to have fun.
introduced us to going forward.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of our
Thank
callers
you, everyone.
tonight
Yeah.
for expressing your condolences
Thank you all.
and for sharing your love of Michael with us. We appreciate it. I think I got it back together.
And I think that the salute tonight will be for Mike.
So,
Yeah.
on behalf of the Tampa Native Show, my broadcast partner Steve Canella and the 15-Minute Girl, and to you,
Mike and Kathy.
Mike and Kathy, we love you, and you're
you.
in our hearts
And
forever.
Sydney.
So, until next week, we'll be back with Johnny Sinchet. Check out our website. This is for you, Mikey. Salute and happy days. We love you, Tampa. We love you, Mike.
We
And
love you, Mike.
see you next week.
Back when we were younger and everything seemed new, we used to have a lot of fun, yes we did, no matter what we do. Sleepy days, long summer nights, going anywhere we please, with love that I could call my own, love that I've always known, the city that I call my home, a home from which I never roam. This love affair was meant to be. I love her and she loves me. I remember Tampa, oh, she remembers me. She remembers me. I remember, yeah, yes I do. Oh, oh, I remember, yeah, me and you. I'm a Tampa native, Tampa native, can't you see? I will share my story with you to preserve its history.
All right now, don't forget, Thursdays, 7 p.m. on TBCN.
I think it was the right thing to do. Okay, good.